Now the essence of quantum physics. Quantum physics is the physics of possibilities. Quantum physics says that every object is not a determined thing, but consists of possibilities. Immediately we ask, whose possibilities? Well, possibilities of consciousness. For what? Possibilities for consciousness to choose from. When consciousness is not choosing, quantum objects behave like waves of possibility. They spread like any other ordinary wave. But whenever consciousness looks, the waves collapse and become objects of conscious experience. Everything that you experience happens like this. Not only material objects, but thoughts. There too, meaning propagates like waves, and then we capture a particular meaning, and that one becomes an ambient thought at the moment. Same thing for feeling, same thing for even intuition. Those bodies that spiritual traditions propose, those bodies become our experiences as consciousness takes possibilities from each of those bodies and converts them into actual events. If consciousness is able to convert waves of possibility into actual event, then what is the nature of consciousness? First, let's dispense with the idea that consciousness can be a material consciousness. I'm sure that some of you think, and I don't blame you for thinking that, because at the schools we almost get such ideas today. We almost get such ideas that brain is everything and consciousness is a brain phenomenon. But look at what happens if consciousness were a brain phenomenon. In quantum physics, we have possibilities, right? So we have possible elementary particles creating possible atoms, giving us possible molecules, making possible neurons, making possible brain, giving you possible consciousness. Can possible consciousness convert possibilities of elementary particles into actual events? If you couple possibility to possibility, have you tried that? Let's try it. Everybody think of possible money in your bank. And you think of possible cars. Will that ever get you an actual car in your garage? Possibility coupled to possibility can only give us more possibility, never actuality. So we call this a paradox. We call this a paradox, quantum measurement paradox. But calling it a paradox just begs the question. Paradox is pointing out to the inadequacy of the materialist worldview. What is the correct worldview? If you think consciousness is a dual agent, different from matter, but nevertheless they are two separate things, then also there is a problem. This problem is called dualism. How does consciousness interact with matter? If you think about it, if two things don't have anything in common, they cannot interact. Even men and women who are made of the same material cannot communicate. So you can readily extrapolate if things are made of different stuff, then they just could not communicate at all. This is called dualism. Dual objects cannot communicate without a mediator. Dualism is not the answer. Materialism isn't the answer. What is the answer then? What is consciousness? What is its relationship with matter? What does the idea that consciousness can choose actuality from material possibilities tell us? There is a way of looking at it which is paradox-free. If we can think the radical thinking, radical thought, that consciousness is the ground of being, not matter. Consciousness is the ground of being, and matter consists of possibilities of consciousness. In other words, we are saying that consciousness is not made of brain, but brain is made of consciousness. If you make such a radical switch, then what happens? Then immediately you see that conscious choice is no longer a dualistic action of consciousness on matter. Dualism is not necessary anymore, because consciousness is choosing only a possibility which is itself, its own possibility. No effort is needed, no action is needed, it's just choice. But be it as it may, as you switch from one meaning of the picture to the other, please ask yourself, am I doing anything to the picture? And the answer comes, no, of course not. I'm just choosing. I'm recognizing by shifting my head a little, shifting my context of looking a little. I'm just choosing by recognizing one facet vis-a-vis the other facet. See how simple it is? No dualism is involved because no doing is involved. No transfer of energy is involved. In this way, consciousness can choose out of material possibilities the actual event of experience without dualism to bother us. And a major problem of quantum physics is solved.